Seagirls.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. Yeah.
How are you guys?
We're very good.
Yeah, very good. Just been doing some rock shows. you
Yeah.
know.
I mean, you were due to be doing these a year ago.
Yeah, we were. So it's kind of coming a long time coming. It's a bit weird, like playing just getting the album out there straight away, and then we're straight on to our other big, academy tour and stuff straight away. But I think it's quite fun actually. Just like it's like starting again, and then we get to pitch straight into a big old tour off
Yeah.
the back of it, which it's a great way to start live again.
Yeah, it's quite funny doing. Not funny. Funny's the wrong word. It's like
It's hilarious.
so funny playing shows. No, doing like these kind of smaller shows, and then we're like, great, we're getting used to this like couple hundred people, and then it's going to be like then
Bang.
shock to the system, then doing like the O2 Academy and
Thousands,
stuff.
yeah.
I think it's been pretty cool because it felt a bit more intimate. So some sort of die-hard fans and like lots of people that bought the record and stuff. It's pretty special to be actually doing like this in a smaller way
Yeah,
to start
and knowing how you
off.
like to do your sets and everything, you like it nice and intimate and sweaty and
Yeah, there's
getting
nothing wrong
everything
with
of
that at all.
yourselves on
Yeah, I
everyone
like
else.
getting sweaty, definitely.
Yes, good. The reason you were originally doing these shows was to promote your debut album, which is now old. What can you tell us about that record before we come on to your next?
That record was sort of an accumulation of everything, all our favourite things we'd done over about 4 years, really up until that point. And I think it had a lot of breadth. There was a lot of, sort of story in it. It was kind of like setting out hopeful stuff, and a bit of a bit of life had happened in that time. And yeah, it was just a display of everything that we thought shaped us song-wise.
Yeah, it was just kind of this is sums everything we've ever been up to that point, which is quite nice. It's sort of like Call Me Out as like our first ever single, and then kind of a few songs dotted through that period, and then a load of new ones, which is kind of how the debuts go. And it's just exciting to have a body of work, like finally like a solid. This is a thing you can go and buy it and hold it.
Just put all our favourite songs basically to that point in
That's
the
the
album,
way to do
which
it.
is the way to do it, really.
Yeah.
With the debut, not think about it too. Not making a concept album or anything.
You've got to think about it now though, because album number 2 is out in January.
Yep.
What's this record going to be like compared to the debut and the EPs that preceded it?
Gonna sell twice as many.
We'll sell twice as many for a start. But it was all kind of written and recorded in about 9 months. And I think it's so like laser focused, the themes in it. It's very direct. Like I think lyrically, it's a bit richer, telling the story, and it's very focused on basically, sort of written over the pandemic and sort of lockdown happened, went home, and half the songs are almost like about the breakdown of one relationship, and into across the Atlantic. So it reflects. So all the love songs are really about one person. There's a lot of American influence in that, and it's kind of like part of the Homesick album. Title is sort of feeling homesick for that relationship. Homesick is about belonging to something, and the rest of it is belonging to sort of stories I thought about, like growing up a lot and like what had shaped us, the places we grew up, and also just we had a lot of time to think about sort of mortality and things like that. So very much like what the sort of quite soul searching album, this one, and it's a bit more sultry, but it's a bit moodier maybe than the first. Yeah.
And your latest single off that record is Sick, which we're playing at the moment. What can you tell us about the track itself?
It's very, as I said with this album, it's so much about the lyrics, and we just sort of let the lyrics shine. Like the chorus doesn't fucking jump up or whatever. Excuse my language. It's sort of really like focuses around the lyrics and just saying everything that I felt to be true in that time. When sort of everyone's at home, like it became very repetitive life in sort of lockdown and half lockdown world, and just a moment of just being fed up of stuff and fed up of things that I used to find enjoyment in, and I didn't anymore, like the Beatles or whatever, as much as we love the Beatles or whatever. But do you know what I mean? Like, it's like sick of being drunk, sick of being sober,
Yep.
sick of the Beatles,
Yep.
sick of being in love,
Yep.
you know. Like, so I think it definitely encapsulates that kind of, I'm over talking, but encapsulates that kind of claustrophobic feeling that I think that we've all experienced, and hopefully it's a good way to sing it out of it, us coming out of it now.
And like musically, it was kind of that felt the one on the album that's different enough to be like, look, we're in business
Yeah.
for album 2, but also kind of has the key elements of what we do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with so much time off due to the pandemic, what was it like being back on stage for the first time?
Yeah, crazy. Like, so the first show we did back with Latitude Festival on the main stage, and that was the first time we played a couple of those songs ever. And then the first like album show in Manchester was just crazy because it was literally the first time we'd ever played the album.
Yeah.
And everyone like was so receptive, and just it was such a amazing kind of crazy show.
Yeah, and you've touched on the bigger tour that's coming up shortly, which I think is mostly sold out, if not sold out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think there might be 2
It's
shows that
around
still
there,
have a couple hundred tickets.
It's around there,
for
but
it.
you're off to Europe as well
Cambridge, I think.
next year.
We're off to Europe, yeah.
So I bet you're
which
looking
will be
forward to that
great.
as well.
Yeah, we had an amazing time last time.
That was the last thing we snuck in, literally like weeks before the pandemic. It was in February last year, year before. Last year.
That's
Yeah, we came back to lockdown 2 weeks later or something. Felt
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. So what's the plan for next year? Obviously, the record's coming out. Europe tour. What's the plan then? More touring, festivals? Is that
Yeah,
the idea?
everything we've like. I guess we've only done like 4 or 5 festivals this year, just by necessity.
Yeah.
So I think the plan is with that album in our arsenal to go out and smash as much as we can. Really.
It's great to have, another album out in January to just come off that energy of new material. Hopefully, fans will be excited about it. I don't think we've let them down. So we've got something we can put in as much gigging energy as we have previously, and it's just exciting to be coming in with new, fresh material that that we're just so super excited to gig.
Even less songs that we can fit in the set, so even more people we can disappoint, basically.
That's the aim.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's the aim of life. And you've toured quite a bit prior to the pandemic and stuff. Is there anywhere that you haven't been to before that you want to get to?
Marlborough.
Marlborough.
This is our
You're
first
here.
time in Marlborough.
Finally.
I always wondered what it was like
How are you finding it?
because I had no idea. Yeah, and it's really pretty. It's crazy.
It's a nice place.
But other places, there's plenty of places we haven't been. South America,
Yeah.
Japan. There's a lot we haven't yet toured internationally.
list.
I do love doing a UK tour, though. Obviously, like it's our home thing. Like you feel like you're reconnecting with with like what it is to be a touring band, and how we started.
On this small tour, we've played a few cities that we're coming back to. It's like, we're coming back next month, and we're going to do like a show that's like 4 times, 5 times bigger, and it's exciting.
Yeah, I love seeing like fans that you've seen before a few times at shows. I love recognizing people at gigs.
Is there
And
people
that's
that
pretty
you
cool when that
recognise?
happens in Europe, actually.
Yeah.
When you see the same person more than once, but it's just great in these shows, like coming back, like seeing like you've been to 5 shows. You just recognise
Do you pick
that's
someone
that's
out and
that
go,
bit
I'm
epic.
going to count how many times I see you now?
Maybe I don't count. I should. I'm just so lazy. I'd never count. I
And
just
obviously
can't be bothered with maths.
There's some who kind of travel round the whole tour
Yeah, we
itself.
have. We had someone came to like the first 5 of this little run.
Yeah.
A few people. Yeah.
Perfect. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it's been great.
Amazing.
Having a chat.
Yeah, it's been lovely.
Yeah.
Been lovely.
Room, lovely people.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Amazing. Thanks.